morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We're teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and here with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, great to be here.
So today we're talking healthcare. It's always a concern when thinking about retirement, but you say now people are more concerned than ever.
I mean, it's one of the biggest expenses that people are going to have in retirement, and it is a growing expense, and it's an unknown expense. So we know it's going to cost a lot. We know you're going to have to pay for it, but we don't know how much you're going to pay for it. So it's something we've got to factor in a big way, certainly as you get into retirement.
Right, now let's dive into this. You say that the savings needed for Medicare actually increased between 3 to 8%.
People are living so much longer, right? We think about that stuff is that, you know, you hear about someone who passed away at 70 years old, and it's tragically young. They had so much more life to live, but the healthcare goes right in line with that. It's because with advances in care and medicine, people are living longer and they're living healthier longer, so healthcare costs just go up because there's more of us.
Right, and you know, you just mentioned life expectancy has increased. Let's jump to this next one. Medicare doesn't cover long-term care.
A lot of people think it does. It doesn't.
Huh.
Right? The cost of long-term care, which is, I don't know, maybe the most unpopular conversation when it comes to retirement planning, because no one wants to plan to go to a nursing home. And in Connecticut, we have some of the best care in the entire country. We also have some of the most expensive care in the entire country. So when we think about how much is that expense going to be, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars if you get sick and you don't have a plan and you're paying for it out of pocket. So you don't necessarily need to buy long-term care insurance, but Medicare is not going to cover that bill for you. So that's not a plan. We need a better plan than that.
Okay, so if someone at home is hearing this, they're getting concerned. Let's ease their minds. Let's talk about planning. How does someone estimate, you know, their retirement health care expenses?
Well, depending upon who your employer was, and this is something that you and I are not going to benefit from, but people who are already retired, some of them work for places that have retiree medical, which is amazing. But we don't have a time machine and we can't go back and work that into the deal. But some people have that. A big factor is age 65. That's when you can get Medicare. So if you're going to retire before that, you're going to have to buy health insurance, and that's a big deal. And do you get COBRA? And there's a whole bunch to unpack there. You know, I'd recommend talking to someone. You can talk to us. You can talk to people who have experience with this in factoring how much should you be budgeting for this, because it's really dependent upon you, your health, lifestyle.
So estimating expenses, that's step one. And then, of course, step two is developing a plan.
Yeah. It's that, you know, you have to be looking further out. It's a balance of making sure that you're living for today, but also that you're going to be okay in the future. Because the number one concern of a lot of people approaching retirement is, am I going to be able to live independently for as long as I live? Take care of myself, not be a burden on my family. That's a big concern of people. And figuring out a plan for if you get sick, doesn't have to be buying long-term care insurance, but it has to be a conversation you have so you can stop thinking about it and be comfortable knowing that you have a plan for it, which I hope never happens.
And now if someone wants to learn more about this, no matter where they are in their retirement planning journey, how can they do that? It's
a book educating on long-term care and on healthcare. And I think it's really helpful because there's massive amounts of bias in long-term care. Well, everyone should buy it. Well, no one should buy it. And everyone's trying to sell you everything. So the book's absolutely free. You can get it at moneywisdomtv.com. And it talks about this stuff. And it's helpful and hopefully put some people's minds at ease. A lot of people are in a better place than they think they are, but there's a lot of things that people delay and procrastinate that we should just address, because you're going to have to at some point. And now you have options. You wait till you're 80, you don't. So, moneywisdomtv.com.
The earlier you start, the better. We say it all the time. Eric Hogarth, Johnson Brunetti, thank you. Great offer. And again, that website is moneywisdomtv.com. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We'll see you right back here next week.